Hello ladies and gents, and welcome to this English 111 class. I'm so excited to have you here as we begin our time together. This summer we have a lot of fun readings ahead of us, and you can see all of those in our Canvas class. We're going to be reading everything from Robert Frost and Gertrude Stein to Sandra Cisneros and Sherman Alexie. We've got a lot of fun stuff to cover. Poems, plays, short stories. You even get to read a full novel. So it's going to be a fun summer term, and I'm excited to have you here. What I'd like to do in this overview video is to kind of show you how our class is set up, to give you some resources to help you be successful, and to kind of talk to you about planning, using our time wisely and well, so that we can make sure we all stay on top of things and that we can end this quarter on a very successful note. So the first thing I want to call your attention to is the announcements. This is a nice overview for you that shows you how our class is going to be set up each week. You'll find that this class follows a pattern. So we are going to have every week structured in a very similar way. The readings will differ, but the structure will stay the same. So Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays will be reading heavy days. Thursdays and Fridays you're going to be preparing for your quiz. And on Sundays, you'll have your responses due. So we've got lots of fun things coming our way, but here is a little overview. So each of our announcements, each of our modules is going to start with kind of some general information. In this case, it's giving us general information about how the class is going to get started. Here's how to write a message to your instructor. Here's syllabus and resources. I've got lots of links to help you here. Our textbook is Literature, an Introduction to Fiction, Poetry, Drama, and Writing. This is the compact 8th edition. Then I've got our ISBN number for you here. You can purchase a new copy of this book at CBC's bookstore, but it's kind of expensive. It's like around $100 last time I checked. If you've got your scholarships or CBC gift cards or anything like that, CBC credit, that might be a good place to use it. However, you can also rent it or buy it used on Amazon, and some of the copies I saw on there were closer to $30, which is a little nicer on the wallet. So once again, a way to kind of plan ahead, you're going to want to get your book as soon as possible. So you could order it on Amazon today and get it hopefully by the time you need it at the end of the week. So if you want it on Amazon, order it today because you're going to need it really soon. We also have PDFs of the first few readings so that you can get started without having the book yet. And I'll show you where those are in a minute. And then each weekly module, so every week I've got all of our resources broken down by week. So week 1, week 2, week 3. I've got a little overview like we just went through. Then we'll have a link to the weekly discussion page. This page is really great because it's a place for you to ask questions that come up throughout the week. And also, if you know the answer to the question, you can respond in that discussion board, help your classmate out, and if you help your classmate with the correct answer, I will give you an extra credit point. So not only do you help out your classmate, but you help out yourself because you get extra points, which is a win-win. So check out those discussion boards because oftentimes if one of us has a question, several of us have the same question. We just maybe didn't feel comfortable asking it. So this is a great place to get those resources where you can ask the question, have it answered, and everyone benefits from that information. So that's in the weekly discussion page. Then we've got our lessons, which will be posted every week. We've got our readings. Our weekly quiz is going to open on Thursday every week, and it's going to close at midnight on Friday every week. So you can take it any time between then, but it will be due at midnight every Friday each week. You'll have a quiz due. And then every week on Sunday at midnight, you'll have a response due. That's going to be every week, so it's really easy to get in the flow, plan your time, make sure that you're being successful with your time management because these dates will always be the same. And then in the modules, you'll see we've got each day broken down. So we've got a list of readings every week that'll tell you what page numbers and where in the book and what you need to read, all that important stuff. And then I'll have all of our to-dos broken down by days. So Monday, you're going to look at our course syllabus. You're going to look at the syllabus explanation video. I've got a little video where I introduce you to myself, which is fun. How to navigate Canvas. Here's the novels for reading analysis. Because this is a big project you're going to have at the end of the course. You're going to write a short essay about a novel you've read this quarter. I would highly recommend taking a look at this list, picking your book now. That way you have the whole quarter to read it, instead of waiting for like the last week of class. We're like, I have to read a whole book in a week. That feels a little bit stressful. So let's look at the list now, maybe pick our book now. That we have all quarter to read it and prepare for that essay that's going to be kind of our final. So keep that in your noggin for time management there. And then there's memes everywhere. Just because I think they're fun, I hope you enjoy them too. I had way too much fun finding literature-related memes. If you haven't been down that delightful rabbit hole on the internet, highly recommend. Tuesday, you're going to take the syllabus quiz. This is a short, easy quiz that just says, I read the syllabus. Yes, no answers. Pretty easy. Just to make sure that you know all those general policies before we get into the class and you're like, oh, I didn't know. This will help you know so that there aren't any surprises. We get a lesson on parts of plot, which is very exciting. We're going to be reading poems, short stories, plays, the whole novel. So it's good to know about plot. Like, what is plot? Are there things that normally happen in a plot? Like, are there symbols and motifs we should be looking for? All that good stuff. And then you're going to start your readings. I've got the PDFs for you here. An Occurrence on Owl Street Bridge. You get to read a little bit of chapter 2 if you've got your book. Otherwise, read this when you get your book. The Telltale Heart by Edgar Allan Poe, which is amazing. Kind of the father of sort of the horror genre. Not horror in like slasher, Halloween, people with machetes and ski masks. Not that kind of horror. Edgar Allan Poe does like suspenseful, weird mind twisty sort of horror, more like M. Night Shyamalan horror stuff. So fun story from him, very short. You'll see it's only 4 pages long. But in 4 pages, this master of plot can take you on a whole roller coaster. So enjoy that. It's great. On Wednesday, you get to read Sunny's Blues by Baldwin. He is fabulous. Here's the PDF. And we get to do a lesson on points of view because sometimes who the narrator is tells us more about the story, because we could have a biased narrator who doesn't want to reveal everything. We could have an omniscient narrator who's like removed and just watching everything happen. Lots of different kinds of points of view that color the way that we as readers get to interact with the story. Thursday, we get to read a book, Margaret Atwood's Happy Endings, not a book, a short story. Not a book because it is 3 pages long. And there's a PDF, Accident by Dave Eggers. That one's not in the textbook, so I've got a PDF for you there. And then here's a little lesson on how to write an effective response, because you're going to have responses due every Sunday at midnight. So it's good to know exactly how to do that and be successful. Friday, you're going to have your week 1 quiz by midnight, and you can start working on your response. Sunday, you're going to turn in your response by midnight and be good to go there. If you have any questions, you can reach out via Canvas Messenger. That's probably the very best way to get in touch. You can post your questions on the week 1 discussion so that everyone benefits, and you can get extra credit by answering people's questions correctly. Or you can schedule a Zoom with me if you want to. You'll send me an email requesting the Zoom. I'll send you back some available times. We'll figure out the time that works best. And then I'm going to ask that you send me an itemized list of the questions you have that you would like to address in the Zoom. Once you send me those questions, I'll send you a Zoom link, and then we can meet up. Having those questions helps me best prepare for our meeting, helps me gather resources I think might support your learning, and helps us make the most efficient use of that time. So that's why we do that step. You can also send me an email at the CBC email address. Easiest way, though, is through Canvas, because Canvas tells me what class you're in, what section you're in, and I do teach a lot of classes, so it helps me figure out what information you need more quickly if you message through Canvas. And I do get notifications when something comes in. So I'm excited for that. I work normal hours Monday through Friday. The weekends I try and reserve for my family, so email responses will be slower on the weekends because that's family time. Hopefully you guys enjoy time with your families as well. It's a great part of being around people you love, is getting to spend time with them. So that time for me is family time. So email responses will be much slower over the weekends. During the weekdays, I'll shoot for less than 24 hours. On the weekends, it'll be less than 48 hours response time. So on that note, if you have questions, please reach out before the thing is due, right? So like, if you know you've got a quiz every Friday at midnight and you don't know how to take the quiz, ask me before Friday at midnight, right? It would be good to ask ahead of time. Also, I have toddlers. They go to bed early, and I go to bed shortly after them. So if you are emailing me at 10 or 11 at night, I'm not going to see it till the next day, right? Because I'm already asleep. So keep that in mind as you are sending emails and asking for help. I'm so excited to be here for you. I'm so excited to help you and support you on your journey. And I'm just very happy to have the opportunity to go through literature with you. I think this is going to be really fun. So the modules, quickly, we've got lots of helpful things here. Here's the syllabus and resources. These are based, all of these little links are based on frequently asked questions, things that folks have wondered about in past terms. I've wanted to clarify here. So here's the novels list. Here's some resources that CBC has for you, like tutoring or the Writing Center or anything like that. Here's ways to access the internet. CBC has hotspots that you can check out, as does the Richland Public Library and any of the Mid-Columbia Library branches. If you're having internet access troubles, you can check out free hotspots from them. How to view feedback on an assignment. If you're unfamiliar with Canvas, that might be helpful. Here's how revisions work. And here's how the novel analysis essay is going to go at the end of the quarter. So if you're trying to think about that and trying to pick your book and you want to know more about the assignment, that's available for you here. If you haven't used Canvas before, this folder will be helpful because it's got a ton of Canvas instructions. How to view a rubric, how to look at Canvas notifications, how to enter what-if grades to see, like, what do you need to earn on each assignment to get the final grade that you want. Lots of good stuff here. So if you have any struggles with Canvas, check here first. But of course, always feel free to reach out for help as well. And then every week we will have a folder labeled week 1. We've got week 2, week 3, etc. And every folder is going to look about the same. There's going to be the week 1 instructions, which is that page that we just looked at that broke things down by day. Here's the link to the week discussion. This is where you have a question, you ask it. The whole class gets to read the question and benefit from the answer. If you answer a question correctly, you earn an extra credit point, which is awesome. Here's the syllabus and an explanation of the syllabus. Here's our list of readings. Here's the syllabus quiz. And then we've got some videos on active reading, parts of plot and point of view, how to write an effective response. And then we've got our quiz assignment and our response assignment. You're going to see that each week looks like that. We're going to have an overview video, which is what this is. You're going to have instructions, discussion, readings, maybe some recorded lectures, and then your quiz and response. They're all going to look like that. So you can get in a kind of pattern. You can feel comfortable in the class. You know what's coming, and you know where to find everything you need. We also have great resources with the CBC Library and CBC Tutoring or e-tutoring. If you need help, please don't hesitate to reach out for support. We've got that support in summer as well as the rest of the time. The last thing I want to call your attention to is the syllabus here. Here's our syllabus addendum. That's what you're going to be reading through to be successful in the syllabus quiz. And here's some tips for success in the class. And then you'll also see the course summary has all the due dates and suggested uses of time. So you can take a look there and kind of organize your time to be most successful in this class, because you know what kind of demands you have on your time. If you're working or you've got family requirements, you're taking other classes, this is a chance to kind of prioritize and figure out, I need to spend this time in this class to be successful, and do so with all your classes so that you can come out at the end with the grades that you're hoping you get. That's pretty much it for the walkthrough of the class and our first week together. I'm so excited that we get to spend summer reading together. Like, what better way to spend summer? If you have any questions, as always, reach out. I'm here to help, and I'm looking forward to our time together.